In this video, a Ukrainian serviceman attempts to disable a surveillance drone in the Zaporizhia direction. The soldier takes position among a broken building, carefully aiming to intercept the Russian drone. Despite his efforts, he is unable to affect the drone, which then observes his position and impacts the area. Russian North Group fiber optics FPV drone operators conducted a dual operation on a Ukrainian pickup truck in the Kazakya Lopan area. In the video, two Russian drones follow a Ukrainian vehicle carrying soldiers and supplies. The first drone engages the vehicle from behind, causing it to lose control and veer off the road, stopping near the wall of a house. The second drone then moves in and disables the vehicle completely. In this video, Russian Center Group Bukhanka's soldiers are evacuating civilians in the Krasnoarmysk area when an enemy FPV drone suddenly approaches. The soldiers dismount and respond to the drone using rifles and shotguns. Once the situation is under control, they quickly place the civilians back in the vehicle and transport them safely to a secure location. Russian GoPro footage shows two Russian soldiers riding an ATV on a supply run along a difficult route. After some time, another soldier on a motorcycle stops and warns them that a Ukrainian drone is approaching. Both the ATV and motorcycle soldiers dismount to respond to the drone. Intense activity follows, and the Ukrainian drone engages the ATV vehicle, causing damage. A small fire breaks out on the ATV, but the Russian soldiers manage to put it out and remount, continuing their movement. Despite their efforts, they are unable to neutralize the drone. Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments. Subscribe and like. In this video, Ukrainian civilians record Russian FPV drones approaching a Ukrainian minibus inside the city of Kramatorsk. The minibus is seen parked between residential buildings when a Russian drone moves in and impacts the vehicle, leaving it heavily damaged. The footage is captured from inside a nearby building by Ukrainian civilians, showing the sudden moment and the visible aftermath of the incident in an urban area. In this video, an FPV drone operated by SPN Akhmed Pitersky Battalion is positioned beside a roadside, initially preparing to approach what appears to be a moving vehicle. As a small open vehicle comes closer, the operator realizes it is carrying civilians, not soldiers. The two civilians raise their hands to show they are unarmed and signal that they should not be engaged. Upon confirming their status, the drone operator immediately calls off the operation, and the FPV drone safely returns to its original position. The civilians then turn back and leave the area the same way they came, unharmed. The footage highlights a moment where proper identification prevents engagement and the operation is aborted once civilians are recognized. A Russian drone operator was preparing to carry out an operation but, after realizing it was a civilian and his four-legged companion, redirected the drone away, sacrificing the UAV to avoid harm. Russian North Group 30th Motor Rifle Brigade Fiber Optics FPV drone operators monitor Ukrainian troops, shelters, and transport in the Sumy region. In the video, 9 Russian FPV drones observe Ukrainian assets. The first 3 drones focus on 3 Ukrainian soldiers, while the remaining 6 drones monitor different Ukrainian equipment and positions one by one. A Russian 6th Army fiber optics FPV drone operator monitored an enemy HMMWV in the area of the village of Pleskachevka and disabled the vehicle. Russian GoPro footage shows stormtroopers on ATVs stopping to allow a BMP-3 IFV, equipped with dreadlock-style anti-drone protection made from steel cables, to pass safely. In this Russian GoPro footage, soldiers are seen using a recovery vehicle to evacuate a damaged Finnish-made Sisu XA-180 APC near Levodnoy in the Zaporizhzhia region. The armored vehicle appears to have already been disabled, possibly due to earlier drone activity. Russian troops carefully attach tow cables and transport the damaged APC away from the area, showing battlefield recovery operations following equipment losses. Russian GoPro footage shows a Brem-1 armored recovery vehicle, assisted by a second vehicle, pulling a damaged Max Pro MRAP down a hill in the Zaporizhzhia region. Russian soldiers recover the MRAP, which was affected by drones, with mechanics preparing it for repairs so it can be reused in future operations. Russian soldiers are securing Ukrainian underground bunkers by placing anti-tank mines inside. The video shows how the Russian soldiers are systematically neutralizing the bunkers one by one, where Ukrainian soldiers had set up their positions. On a daily basis, the Russian soldiers continue to monitor and contain many bunkers, leaving no place for the Ukrainian soldiers to take cover. Russian drone operators carried out an operation on a Ukrainian bunker and nearby infantry in forested areas in the Seversk direction. In the video, the Russian drone releases devices into the Ukrainian bunker one after another, with strong impacts occurring inside each time. 2 Ukrainian soldiers were inside the bunker, and shortly after the third device was released, both soldiers came out and started moving away. At times they stopped, and at times tried to take cover, while the drone continued to monitor their movements closely until the operation was concluded. Due to YouTube policy, some footage cannot be shown, but Russian drones repeatedly released devices near both soldiers until the situation was brought under control. Russian North Group Airborne Forces fiber optics FPV drone operators monitored enemy troops in forested areas of the Kharkiv region. In this video, 2 Ukrainian soldiers moving through the forest were carefully observed and tracked by the drone. A Burevestnik Volunteer Corps FPV drone operator monitored a UAF serviceman in the area of the village of Semenovka. In the video, a Ukrainian soldier was walking along the village road near a house. He tried to take cover behind an electricity pole when he noticed the drone, but it was too late, and the drone successfully kept him under observation. Russian self-propelled howitzer 2S-19 STS fires a 152mm guided artillery shell ZOF-95 Krasnopol M2. In this video, Russian soldiers are operating the equipment for training purposes, demonstrating the use of the military system. Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments. Subscribe and like. Combat footage shows Russian Conquerors AGS and ATGM crews traveling on an ATV along the front line. At one point, they stop and attempt to observe a drone before continuing their movement. The soldiers are training on how to operate and maneuver in extremely challenging conditions. Now, Russian soldiers are using small ATV vehicles instead of larger ones, and every time they move from one location to another, there is always a risk of being observed by Ukrainian drones.
Чисто.
A Russian fiber-optic FPV drone approaches a Ukrainian APC in the Kursk region but does not make contact. One of the infantry personnel whose vehicles were disabled attempted to interfere with the FPV drone waiting on the side of the road but was unsuccessful. The operator lifted the drone and observed the personnel. Russian fiber-optic FPV drones observed a camouflaged Ukrainian D-30 howitzer in the Sumy direction. A significant impact followed, and the artillery position was rendered fully inactive. Footage shows a UAV operation in the Kharkiv region. In this video, a group of Ukrainian soldiers exit a military vehicle and enter a house, unaware that a Russian drone is monitoring their movement. Shortly after, a Garand drone approaches the house, causing it to become fully inactive. In the video, 3 Ukrainian soldiers enter a damaged building to rest, unaware that a Russian surveillance UAV is monitoring their movement. Once they go inside, Russian personnel from the 7th Motor Rifle Brigade move toward the position. Moments later, a heavy device is placed inside the structure. Shortly after, the building becomes heavily affected, bringing the position to an end. This highlights how coordinated drone observation and ground operations are used to neutralize fortified locations on the battlefield. A Russian drone approached a truck parked on the riverbank in Ukraine. It appears the vehicle may have been intentionally left in an open area, possibly to observe the drone's approach. A Russian FPV drone approached a vehicle parked inside a building. Equipment belonging to Ukrainian soldiers was stored inside, and the drone carried out a precise action on it, causing a noticeable explosion. In this video, Ukrainian soldiers are moving through a forested area in a vehicle carrying military equipment in the Kramatorsk-Drushkovka direction. As a Russian drone approaches, the soldiers quickly leave the vehicle to stay safe. Despite their efforts, the drones act on the vehicle one by one, eventually leaving it fully disabled. Russian GoPro footage shows soldiers from the 33rd Guards Motor Rifle Regiment taking a short break by kicking around a small football on the SVO front. The video reflects their strong morale, as they appear relaxed and cheerful. While soldiers in conflict zones face daily challenges, this moment shows them finding time to enjoy simple activities together. Here, they pause from their duties to play football and share a light moment. The footage highlights how maintaining spirits and enjoying small breaks is also important, even in difficult environments. This video captures a positive and human side of the soldiers during their time in the field.